So if you take a look at this graph I have here,
I expect nothing less from a life-skilling shy main than a Google spreadsheet.
so with the addition of the new Kazarite accessories,
All right, this is Arsenite, everybody's favorite child terrorist. He plays shy. And he's saying that DR is broken.
DR has reached a point where it's effectively broken. The main factor is that the new Kazarite accessories have these new DR crystals that effectively give you 30 DR each. Before, we only
Wait, they give you 30 DR each?
these new DR
Well, they give 29, but oh my god. That's more than a Cadre ring at Penn.
crystals that effectively
Like, way
give you
more.
30 DR each. Before, we only really had Cadres,
No, it's
which
29
were the
with the
only
hidden.
accessory that could give you DR
Yes.
in an efficient manner.
Correct,
So now, with the fact that you can have up to 6 basically Cadres that are even better than old Cadres because they give 30 instead
Yeah.
of around 21, I believe, from
Yeah.
Cadres,
Mm-hmm.
we can get to points where we've never seen. So the new Kazarite accessories can bring us to around 900 to 1,000 DR, while before we can only
1,000? 1,000 DR? You're just never dying. You're never gonna die. Oh my god. Bro, what the evasion who? Holy shit, evasion is not nearly as good anymore, in my opinion. Mainly because people can just put on accuracy, like the Jin accuracy crystals for the Charizard and just destroy you. They'll just swap and just destroy you. But DR, they can put all the AP in the world. You're not dying with 1,000 DR, bro. That's insane. I also find it like kind of funny that he's showcasing how stupid 1,000 DR is in a capped AOS game mode. So he doesn't actually have it on right now.
really get to
The only PvP in the game now is capped.
800 to 900 at max. And the
Invincible,
reason why this
true.
is important is because AP cannot reach the levels of around 900 to 1,000 for most players. You shouldn't worry too much about this if you're not a DP meme, because this
Yeah.
mostly affects players that just
Yeah, guys, you can't do this unless you're a DP meme. You can't wear these crystals and still effectively go AP like you could in the Mast, right? Like before, it'd be like, oh, let me sideboard in this Centaur belt and I'll have way more evasion, but I'll be still hitting the 301 bracket, right? Like you'd see a lot of Mystics do this, and it was really, really good. You can't do that anymore. You wear Charizards or you're a moron. And this is part of the reason where like some people think that Charizard has hurt the build diversity of the game.
stack as much tankiness as possible while not building any AP, which is a DP meme. But what you will notice is when you're fighting DP memes is
He has 1k evasion too. Does that stack? No, it doesn't. But like, I mean, like, yeah, the evasion will work too, but 1,000 evasion is like nothing nowadays. They'll just destroy you. Unless you have like 1,500 evasion, you're not, people ain't getting out of bed. They're not even gonna put on accuracy to hit you. They're just gonna kill you.
that you won't be able to damage them if they are geared enough to be able to build this amount of DR. So if you take a look at this graph I have here,
I expect nothing less from a life-skilling shy main than a Google spreadsheet.
at the starting point, you see that at about 600 AP and 10 human damage, you can negate all of their damage at 580. And this may not be exactly accurate, but it's a good starting point to know exactly how DR works. While if you look at the bottom right corner, you need to be 960 DR to negate all damage. It may not be one-to-one accurate, but this is pretty much how it works.
That's why I said, if he's got 1,000 DR, there's not a build in the game that's going to be able to kill him.
So to
By
make it
himself.
worth it, you do need to be at least 900, 950 DR. Otherwise, you do want to build evasion alongside DR. And once again, this is really only for DP memes.
It's only for DP memes in uncapped PvP. So like 4 people.
Like 850 to 900 wouldn't be enough to make it worth it. While if you can get to 900 to 950, it would be starting to get worth it to move into DR, because effectively you would be negating some people's damage, and if some
Now, it's not only shy players. Mystics and strikers can still go DP meme. Awakening Mystic particularly is really solid as a DP meme. Awakening Witch can pull it off too, but it's not quite as effective.
someone can attack you, they would probably kill you, but if they can't attack you, you would take no damage from them, which is how it works basically. So if you take a look at this gear right here, this is pretty much the best in slot you can have to have this kind of build. I have here is 982 damage reduction, which is the highest you can get on a shy. You can get more, but this is the most practical.
Oh yeah, you have the DR artifacts now too. Yeah.
You can get. You just want to have your you just want to have 6 Khazrats, your DR, gloves.
I love how he's got full Wailing Fallen God with Tet Karazad. He's nothing if not consistent. You know what I mean? Like, these are equal.
And your Theo's sub-weapon. If you're doing other classes, it'll be a little bit different. But you have to have the one that gives you the most damage reduction, basically. So this one gives me 39 damage reduction. So, and for crystals, this is pretty much the best in slot for crystals. You want to have 6 damage reduction crystals, as well as this for your crystal setup, which includes actually some
Yeah, those are the armor crystals you get from Abandoned Iron Mine. I know because I'm grinding them out on my Mewa.
Magic crystal armors, 4 Hooms, 2 bitterness, 2 dark red fangs, Hates, and 2 Cobelinus to give you HP and damage reduction. It is very expensive, but if you can build this, it's definitely worth it. There is a couple other classes other than Shy that can take advantage of this, such as like Striker, Mystic, Succession Corsair, and as long as they're able to push DR to about or over 950. I would say that Striker is probably the best other than Shy at this.
I told you, Striker Mystic.
Striker may actually have the chance of building AP along with this amount of DR.
No, I don't think so. Maybe with 1 crystal.
Or if
but
you are crazy geared. I'm not too familiar with how that would be built, but I've seen it with a
Striker. He's right though. Striker has really good damage modifiers.
Player in NA, which is called King James. He can probably build something like this where he's super geared, but most people wouldn't be able to do that. And yeah, you definitely need a lot of gear. And if you can do it, you just become unstoppable.
Okay, guys, I just want to point out all those stupid moronic shies that are constantly like, when do I bongo? You don't. I haven't seen this stop to bongo a single time.
Cool. So, yeah.
He's either buffing, debuffing, or throwing his boomerang. And this is AOS. The only reason he throws his boomerang is because it's AOS and he's good enough that he can contribute to damage.
That's why DR is broken. It's very gear dependent, and not every class can or should take advantage of it. But if you have the gear and you are a very DR focused class, I would recommend trying to push your DR over 900 if it's worth it to be either a DP meme or you're super geared and you can also have the AP as well. If you guys liked it, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like, maybe subscribe.
Absolutely. There's Arsenate. He's one of the only child terrorists left in the community. We're casting them out, guys. We're casting them out. We said down with Shy. Shy. We don't care about Shies anymore. They're pieces of shit. We hate them. But Arsenate actually gives us the information that we need, so we love that.